Okay, so we're ready to dive deep today
Right.
into this whole creating value with generative AI thing.
Okay.
And it looks like from the excerpts you sent over from that Career Valor Systematica Gen AI thing,
Hmm.
you're really trying to figure out how to make this stuff work for you, not just kind of,
Yeah,
read about it from a distance, right?
absolutely. Yeah. I think what's really cool about this piece is that it's all about building systems. It's not so much about all the like, oh, AI can write a poem kind
Mhm.
of stuff. It's like, how do we actually build this into what we're doing every day to really benefit?
Yeah, get some real value.
Exactly.
Okay, so like right out of the gate, this first section about finding opportunities,
Yeah.
that really caught my eye.
Yeah.
Because they're not just talking about the obvious customer-facing things.
Right.
They're even saying like, hey, analyze your internal processes for AI benefit.
Hmm.
I gotta admit, I hadn't really thought about that too much.
Yeah, that's where it gets really interesting. I mean, everyone kind of jumps to, okay, how can we use this to sell more widgets? Or how
Yeah.
can we use this to, market better? But like, think about this. You have to read through like a stack of industry reports every week.
Oh,
And
yeah.
it's just like the most tedious thing in the world, right?
Ugh, the worst.
But you could have an AI summarize all those reports
Mhm.
and pull out like the key pieces of information that you actually need for your job.
Yeah.
It could save you hours and hours.
Oh, man, that would be huge. Okay, I'm starting to see it now. Like, it's not about AI taking our jobs. It's about AI taking the parts of our jobs that are just like
Yeah, exactly.
soul-sucking.
Augmenting our abilities, not replacing us. And that kind of leads into the next point here, which is they talk about automating creative tasks.
Yeah, that's the part that kind of threw me.
Yeah.
Because isn't that like an oxymoron?
Yeah.
If a machine's doing it, is it really creative?
Yeah, I think that needs a little more explanation.
Yeah, what's the real benefit there?
I think the key is productivity.
Okay.
Think about something like writing emails. You know what you want to say, but just getting it all down on paper,
Yeah.
it takes so much time.
Ugh, it's the worst.
But an AI can help you get those emails out the door so much faster. Like it can generate drafts based on just a couple of bullet points.
Okay.
Or, maybe suggest different ways to say things to make it, more impactful.
Mm.
It's still your message,
Right.
but it's delivered with some AI help to be more efficient.
I like that. So it's not that the AI is writing the great American novel.
Right.
It's like the AI is your super-powered writing assistant.
Exactly. It's about taking all those things we do over and over and over and making them faster and better.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
And it seems like they kind of give you a roadmap in here for how to actually make this happen.
Mm-hmm.
They keep talking about this structured workflow, like input generation, human oversight.
Right.
Sounds to me like that's designed to keep things from going completely off the rails.
Yeah, it's about staying in control.
We define the goals.
Yeah.
You give it the information it needs. And then in the end, it's up to you to decide if it worked.
Yeah,
You're not just handing over the reins to some machine.
definitely not.
It's a tool
Yeah.
to do what you want to do.
Okay. And man, there are a lot of tools out there. Like they just start listing off all these names. ChatGPT for text, Daily E for images, Runway ML for video. It's like a whirlwind tour of all this stuff.
That's a lot to take in, yeah.
Are there any of those that really stand out to you?
You know, one that I think is really interesting is Copilot for Excel.
Oh, yeah, I've heard of that.
Think about how much time people spend in spreadsheets,
Oh, don't even get me started.
just like wrestling with these numbers.
Yep.
But this thing can actually analyze your data,
Mm.
predict trends, even like create reports for you
Get out of here.
based on you just saying, like, hey, Copilot, show me sales trends for the last year, broken down by region, and boom, there's your chart. Okay, yeah, that one's a game changer for sure. I'm gonna have to check that out. But they also make a really interesting point here about like the human side of all this.
Great.
They're talking about training and fostering a culture of innovation within your team.
Yeah, because AI is only as good as the people using it.
Right.
The really cool stuff happens when your whole team is comfortable experimenting with these tools and finding creative ways to, use them in their work.
Right.
So that's a good point. Yeah, focusing on the people.
It makes you wonder, like, what could we accomplish if everyone was totally comfortable using this stuff? We're probably just scratching the surface.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And that's why it's so important to just start small.
Yeah.
Experiment, learn as you go. It's not something you can just set up and forget about.
Right.
It's got to be a learning process.
A journey, as they say.
Exactly. Iteration and scaling, that's what they call it.
So it sounds like the big takeaway here is that this generative AI stuff, it's not just hype. It's a really powerful set of tools with the potential to totally change how we work.
And it's important to remember, it's here to help you do what you're already trying to do, just better.
Yeah.
It's about amplifying your abilities,
Yeah.
not replacing them.
Okay, so for everyone listening out there, here's something to think about. What's one thing, even just a small thing, that you could change about your work tomorrow using AI? Just something to chew on as you keep exploring all this stuff.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us for this deep dive.
Thanks for having me.
Of course.